but critics say it will worsen London's pollution problem. Well, it's time now for Media Watch. James Creedon has been looking at all the major stories online and in the press as well. Thanks for being with us, James. We're going to start with a pretty bad poll rating for the French President, François Hollande. He's been looking very presidential and statesman-like today, hosting that meeting of defence chiefs in Paris. But this has got to be a new low, even for him.
That's right. Le Monde, a poll published by Le Monde, says that 4%, that's 4% of those polled are satisfied with François Hollande as president, satisfied with his record. You can see there a breakdown of the polling. 70% unsatisfied. 4%, that's the bottom line there, the blue line, satisfied.
That's almost like just the people that know him.
It's pretty bad.
Personally,
but
I mean.
It is worth pointing out that there are 26% of people who answered that they are neither satisfied nor dissatisfied.
Just blah.
And in fact, that's a question that often isn't asked in polling. So you have Marianne here, which is pretty much the only headline I've found, sort of saying, hold on a minute, hold on. This is perhaps not the record of greatest degree of dissatisfaction with a president because the poll was conducted in a particular manner. Right. But it obviously doesn't sound good, does it? 4%.
He's already regularly described as the most unpopular president in French history. We still don't know if he's going to go for a second term.
That's
the elections are next year. And with those ratings, he'd probably think twice about it, wouldn't he?
I think that's the major question right now. And let's take a look at some headlines sort of posing that question indeed, because a lot of speculation has turned around the whole question of whether Manuel Valls will sort of present himself as the plan B. You can see here, Plantu, the cartoonist for Le Monde, is even putting it in image form, plan B, and then plan B, which is sort of a play on words, but basically meaning that François Hollande is sunk, if you like. But in fact, apparently that's not going to happen. According to Le Point, Manuel Valls has made a decision that he is going to support François Hollande and he's going to fully throw his weight behind a re-election campaign. Why? Well, very self-interestedly, in fact, he has realised that he would not get elected, or he would not get past the first round of a presidential election. The French presidential election is a two-round election, and according to polls, Manuel Valls wouldn't get past the first round either. Also, there would be, if François Hollande doesn't go for re-election, it means that there will be primaries on the political left, and Manuel Valls is not guaranteed to win those primaries either. For example, Ségolène Royal, other heavy hitters, could in fact get the nomination ahead of him, or more left-wing candidates than Manuel Valls, who is seen as quite centrist. Arnaud Montebourg, for example. So Manuel Valls has made the strategic choice, according to Le Point, that he will not go forward in the case of François Hollande not presenting himself for re-election. Now, let's take a look at some of the tweets on this, because people are having fun with these appallingly low approval ratings. That's one tweet saying, what does he have in common with a low-fat yogurt? Usually they have about 4%, right? 4%. Somebody else saying 4% happy with Hollande, but don't these polls have a margin of error of 3%?
Well, polls haven't been reliable
late,
have they?
Another person saying here, my daughter is soon going to be studying negative numbers in school. This is a great way for François Hollande is sort of laying the groundwork for that. And even Libération, bearing in mind that Le Monde came out with this poll. Le Monde is actually positioned more on the political left and would have been a supporter of François Hollande's presidential campaign, endorsed his presidential campaign, and they're publishing that poll. And Libération, also on the political left, saying, could he hit zero? Could he actually hit zero? Now, you do still have some people tweeting online saying François Hollande is the best placed on the political left for the presidential election. He is capable of bringing people together, and he has a record that we can all defend. So I suppose some people just
a lot of people agree with him according to those numbers.
Right. And I suppose just one final point on this. Yeah. We're seeing police demonstrations on the Champs-Élysées, actually unauthorised demonstrations. Today they were demonstrating against the sort of laxist position of the courts, which is obviously a very subjective position. It's very tense times when you have the police demonstrating against the justice system and against the government. And I suppose, 4% approval rating doesn't help the state with all of these challenges.
Do you want to tell us what's going on at the rolling news channel iTélé?
Indeed. All right. So iTélé is heading into its 9th day of a strike. Now, it was sparked by this show and this man coming on board,
which is still happening, right?
Well, the show has been suspended. Get this. Look at this particular tweet, because I think it's kind of extraordinary. this sums up the situation. Bolloré, who has the controlling interest in Italie and Canal+, has suspended the Morandini live show until the strike ends, and then Morandini Live will go back on air. So that's the position at the moment of the management. Okay, we'll suspend the show for as long as the strike is ongoing, but once you stop striking, we're going to put the show back on air, which is unlikely to reassure anyone who's actually striking. Now, in any case, just a very quick...
tactic.
It's a very bizarre tactic. Libération and quite a number of other media are saying that this combat, if you like, for at Italie is one that all journalists in France should support. There is too much convergence of interests in the media into too few hands. There are only 3 or 4 big, I suppose, media bosses in France, and there is a logic of convergence and financial sort of, what would you say, converging interests. Exactly, and integrating. So it's not good for the quality of news, and it's not good for Italie, argue many people, and indeed you have a lot of people going to the newsrooms of Italie, and where you have journalists outside and the hashtag I support Italie, je soutiens Italie.
All right, James, thank you very much indeed. James Creedon there with Media Watch.